Either Susan or Beyond Beauty, would you guys like to join me so you can kind of help me with this? Barbara was doing fine. I was sad that everybody left. Everybody was having a good time.
You got like a 10-second lag.
Okay, it
On
lags.
Kelly's computer, at
Yeah,
least.
you'll have a lag. Hey, Window Live, thanks for stopping by. We're just kind of hanging out. We were on a live feed and lost connection, so I signed on to try it out. So I'm not sure if I lost some people, but welcome, artists on the road. Hey, hey, everybody's surviving the virus, I guess. I'm on the phone. It's Beyond Beauty. It's up to you. I just kind of signed on to give this a shot. So if you if you want to, I'll give it a shot. Let me see if I can put a link out there. Copy clipboard. Awesome. Susan, I'm sorry I always miss your live streams. At the hospital I work, um, I used to work weekend option and I switched that when I took a charge nurse position. And it seems like I work almost every Friday night and a lot of Saturdays. So I miss a lot of yours and Bob's now. Hey Bobby, what are you doing? It is past your bedtime? Oh, thank you, Beyond Beauty. I'll get you up here. It'll be easier for me. Hey,
Hello.
how you doing? Thank you.
No problem. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You see our
Everything looks
very
so
numbers
great.
going up on this whole virus thing.
Ah, well, I saw something on the news that it was starting to level out. Is
Not,
that not the
yeah,
case?
not in Missouri. Not in Missouri. Yeah, we've got some nursing homes that are, it's going crazy. Hi, Lily. How are you? So, yeah, and Beyond Beauty, I miss so many of your live streams too because they're early. They're either early in the morning or I feel like I'm always working when you guys just have your live streams.
Oh,
So,
that's okay.
hopefully, when this virus is over, we can all do like a Missouri meetup. And
That'd be a lot of
yeah,
fun.
yeah. So I see a lot of the women in here from. I guess everybody saw Nomadic cut his hair off. Was that crazy? So I joined in the middle of it, and when he already had braids in his hair, so I missed the whole bathtub thing. But yeah, so I have to go back and watch that. But that looked pretty. I'm like, oh my goodness. So.
That was the first thing I saw when I signed on to his thing was him in the bathtub full of bubbles, and I'm like, what is
Oh,
going on?
what is going on? I would imagine. Yeah. Yeah. Lily, thank you. Yeah. So I did a test live one time and it was really late at night. There was a couple people in there. We were chit chatting and it went well. So thank you, Lily, for stopping by. And I know Susan's here, artist on the road. I'll just scroll up, mark way up. My sister, that's Bobby Linsnick. That's my sister. She's always a really good supporter of the channel. So, so Beyond Beauty, are you working or are you like,
I kind of run my own small business, so I
mm-hmm.
get to do everything from home. So it works out really well for me, and I don't have to go out in the public, which is great because I'm immune suppressed. So
Yeah.
I don't want to be out there.
Right.
Um,
So I have to tell you something because you'll kind of understand this. But at the hospital, we have N95 masks, and the way everybody's concerned about running out of gear, out of the PPE. So you've got a paper N95 mask, and you have to wear it 3 days and then you have to it goes in a bag and they do a UV sterilization. Then you have to wear it for 3 more days, do another UV sterilization, and then again. But there's a glitch to it. if your N95 mask gets makeup on it, it's no good anymore. And you get a
Really?
new one, and you get a new one. So I don't normally wear makeup to work, but I thought if I get makeup on my mask and I get a new one, but everybody is afraid we're going to run out. So, you know,
That's
it's like, but isn't that weird if it gets makeup on it, you can't rewear it like that?
that is really weird, but I wonder if it's like the oils break down the protective thing that's in it. Um,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
I
that's
bet that's probably what it is. I had heard somebody else talking about that. I think it's nursing our travel bug maybe
mhm.
was talking about having to rewear the mask and put them in paper bags and send them off to be cleaned. And um, I think they said they had to wear that paper thing that goes over your scrubs. I don't know what it's called.
A beard cover
Yeah,
as well.
they have to wear that. You guys have to wear that all day, or
Yeah,
you don't
so
get to replace it.
yeah, so what they're doing is so you have your N95 mask and then over your N95 mask, you wear a beard cover. And if you're in somebody that's tested positive for COVID, and then you can take that beard cover off and it's over your mask. So, like any droplet particles, hopefully would go through that first. So, you take that off, and that one you do not reuse.
Okay.
But your
Uh,
N95, you wear it for 3 12-hour shifts, then they clean it, wear it for 3 12-hour shifts again, then they clean it, and then wear it 3 more times. And if it gets soiled somehow, then then you can get a new one. Now, what they're also doing is if we have like a code where we are doing CPR and intubating somebody, they are using a respirator type of mask. And, but we don't have ours yet. So we've been coding people without it. Upstairs on the COVID floors and the ICU, they do have them. We just don't have them in the ER yet.
oh
So,
wow.
and I don't know.
She I think she was also talking about the robes, it's like a yellow robe thing you put on. It's not a robe, but it's like a
Yeah,
jacket you put on over you.
yeah, it's a paper
Do you have to wear
gown.
those all day or do
Yeah,
you
if
get to
you're in the
replace those?
yeah, it goes over your uniform. And if you're in the COVID units, oh, you know what? Then you have to wear those. I'm gonna, hi, Susan.
Hi, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm good. I think I'm off of balance here. So I'm gonna try and balance this out again. I'm doing good. Thanks for joining the stream.
Yeah, I worry about you nurses like that because it just seems unreal to have to wear a mask, the same mask, that many days in a row. And I ordered masks too from Amazon, and last we heard they're sitting on a dock in China, and
Yeah,
China's not releasing them.
you're not gonna get them right.
No,
So
I'm not gonna get them.
so Susan, just on the nursing aspect of it, you know what I worry about is so we're wearing this N95 and then they're doing this UV cleaning. Where's the data that the masks are still good?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's all so new. There's no data supporting the fact that N95s can be reused. And that's what
right.
we're doing. And that's what we're doing. And I'm just going to say, I mean, I don't think any of my bosses watch the channel or whatever, but we have nurses with COVID at our hospital. So, you know, and now Beyond Beauty, I know you're from Missouri, so I'll just say, I mean, some of the nursing homes, they're really seeing a lot of their patients get them, and it's because staff are bringing it in. So,
I had to go to the hospital and I did not I was in tears when I found out I had to go to the hospital. And this
hmm
was a week and a half ago. And the check-in process and me having to go by myself is really what freaks me out. But
hmm
then I had to go back a second time that same weekend. And
oh wow,
when I went the first time, the nurses had goggles, mask, and the paper jackets that I was talking about.
yeah,
And when I went back, um, because they were possibly going to admit me, but I didn't want to be admitted, and plus everything was going on. So it's a long
yeah,
story. But anyway, when I went back, they no longer had the mask in the check-in area, and they no longer had the goggles. And I said, "What happened? I was just here and you all had goggles and masks." And they said, "Oh, they're changing protocol like every hour, every 2 hours." It's crazy.
Absolutely. So, I'm one of the charge nurses, and we literally go through changes almost daily, or sometimes our bosses will tell us something, and 5 hours later, there's new, data, and things are changing. And I don't know if I would imagine that you did not go to St. Clair because we all have the gear on. Um, when you go to St. Clair Hospital, you pull up to the tent, or you pull up to the hospital. You don't even go to the hospital, into the hospital. You have to go to the triage tent, and we do have a surgical mask on, not an N95 mask, and we have eye protection on. We don't have the gowns on. You stay 6 feet away from us. You tell us what your chief complaint is, and then we either A, walk you into triage and you go be seen like you would on a normal day. B, you go to another tent where they just swab you and maybe send out, like, say you've got a sore throat, maybe they'll, because you can still have strep throat, will swab you there. If you're critical respiratory, you go through the ambulance bay doors straight to a room we have some COVID sections, and that's where you go. Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
yeah, if I have to during any of this go back to a hospital again, I'm going to St. Clair. That's where I normally go.
you
But I
know
went
what?
to
I
the
don't know where
other
you were at.
one.
Yeah, I don't know where you were at before, but yeah, I agree. I mean,
Yeah,
that's kind of
I
scary.
I tried the one that's known locally to not be
Yeah,
a
yeah.
don't go to it.
I
I
know
might
who you're
mess up the
talking.
name of
I know
it,
who you're
but
talking
yeah,
about. Yeah, yeah,
it was
and yeah.
doctor recommended that I go there. Is why I went, and I won't follow that advice again.
Yeah, and I do think part of it is because everybody's worried about running out of gear, and I know that the news talks about we've got plenty of gear, and it's just not so. It's just not
Oh,
because we don't know. Even when the surge is over and our numbers peak in New York, and every state is hitting different, and then who's to say that once it's over, we don't have another surge of it? I mean, this is something that, I mean, once you get a virus like this, it's just like the flu a few years
yeah.
ago. We
Hmm.
had we had every room full, we had every spot in the hallway full, we had the waiting room full, and all these people had this horrible flu virus that were killing, I mean, over 18,000 people. Well, every year we get people with the flu again. So, I mean, it's just, we don't, I mean, you just don't know. And the numbers they're just continuing to skyrocket. I think we're going to hit numbers where they like 58,200 people died in the Vietnam War in
Wow.
the US. We're going to beat that. I mean, if you watch the numbers, we're going to pass that up
Well,
for a virus.
did you see how they're burying them in New York? Uh,
Absolutely.
my
Yeah.
husband said it was just like you just take a long section of highway and they dug a big ditch, put the bodies in a coffin, put the coffin down the ground. That's it. Oh my God.
It's not even a coffin.
No,
It is a wooden plywood box. It's crazy. Now,
and
I will tell you,
that reminded me of the Holocaust where they just dug a big hole and dumped the bodies in. That's what it came to my mind
absolutely.
when he told me that story, and I said, "You're crazy." And he said, "No, I saw it on the news, my own eyes."
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
So, and in New York, Susan, I don't want to upset you.
No,
I mean, we
I'm
can totally
fine.
talk about something else, but
No, you're fine.
in so in New York, I mean, I just obviously just saw footage, probably just like it's available to you all as well. But it literally is a plywood box, and so then people will at a later date be able to dig up their loved one. I guess they're marking them somehow, and
I
they
hope they
will be
are.
able they will be able to have a proper burial, but who's to say when that time will be, and that's if people can even do for that. But we have, and
Okay.
at the hospitals, people come into the hospitals and you can't even come. Like we had a cardiac arrest last night, and there had to been 10 to 12 family members there. They can't come back.
No.
We're coding their loved ones and they can't come back. I mean, these are times like no one, we've never seen these before. It is just crazy.
I mean, I used to be a security officer at a hospital, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
I, I know what it was like when a loved one was brought in and they didn't know if they was going to make it, and how the family wanted to be there. And just thinking in my mind, if I was working there now, how I would have to tell those people, no, get out and go home. I
Right,
don't,
right.
I'm just glad I'm not in that job no more and have to tell those people that story.
Oh, especially in security, because security, it's like there's no fine line. You cannot come in. And when we have problems with family, security handles it. We have to call our security because we don't want to, but it has to be handled. And family members, when your loved one's dying and they're doing CPR inside, or you hope they are, you
Mhm.
want to see you want to see the doctors and the nurses fighting
Mhm.
to keep your loved one alive.
Right.
And when you can't see that and you're in the parking lot and you don't know if they're alive or dead, it would take a security guard to keep me away from my loved
Right.
ones.
We used to
So,
have to take people down pretty good because I mean, sometimes there was a situation we could not let them back there, and have to take a family member, like a husband or whatever, down to the floor and restrain them, just so that
mhm,
because they couldn't go back there, was heartbreaking. But it was our job; we had to do it, and I thank God. I just thank God. And then I went into housekeeping, thinking that would be better.
yeah,
And then back years ago, they had this thing called swine flu,
right,
and
right. N1H1.
I had
Yeah.
to put all this garb on
Hmm.
to go in and clean a room. And because, I mean, if you didn't clean that room good, just thinking that it could be your family member being brought back into that room, and it's horrifying. I mean, you're sweating under there. I told my husband when I put that mask on and go to the store, it was just like a flashback of working at the hospital because so you're suffocating in that mask, and
Hmm.
you still got to do your job.
Right. Artist on the
Um,
road says I'd go berserk. I mean, sometimes that's how it is.
mhm.
It is. And some of the nurses, like we talk about this and in Missouri, I don't want to mislead anyone. In Missouri, we are lucky right now. We are at this point in time compared to all these other states that are really hot spots. We're lucky. And our hospital, especially,
Mhm.
our hospital has several different entities, and a few of our other hospitals, DePaul Hospital, St. Mary's Hospital, they do have a lot more patients than we do. Matter of fact, they're transferring them over to us, so because we have some beds. But some of these hospitals, you want to do everything that you can for a patient. That's what we're trained to do. And when these patients come in, we're not able to do that because we're so limited on typically somebody 20 years old that was coding, we'd code them for 2 hours if we thought we had a chance. And we're not allowed to do that right now. And for a nurse to have to walk away when you think you're not done trying, that's terrible. Thank you, Lily, for stopping by.
um, I'm
Sure.
gonna actually have to go because
Okay.
we're preparing for Easter tomorrow, and
Yeah.
we did a little bit of late shopping, and I got a house full of kids, so we're trying to hide everything.
Thank thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for
Thank you.
having me. Have fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Susan, I
um,
do.
there was a channel called the Gimpy Camper, and he's a nurse from Tennessee. I think it's East Tennessee here. He got the email and he volunteered to go to New York to be nurse on the front line. And he said he never went to do a nursing job where he had to sign a will before he left. Um,
Oh, yeah.
and he had to shave his head and have no facial hair because of the mask. And then he's
Mhm.
been vlogging it, and he said when he got there, he said he thought he had just landed in a war zone.
Mhm.
He said, I know they put this makeshift hospital up in just certain amount of days, but he said, oh my God, what have I volunteered? And then he has to stay there. He's supposed to be there a month, and then he's got to stay 2 additional weeks to make sure he doesn't catch it.
Right. Right. Yeah, they thought they talked to us about that, that if it gets bad and people are concerned about going back home, that there are local hotels that are going to put healthcare workers up or frontliners up that they're afraid they're going to take it home to their family if they become, symptomatic or something. So
Yeah,
it's pretty rough.
our neighbor is a nurse, and she said she told her kids, if you see me running through the house butt naked, don't think nothing of it, because I'm stripping everything
Oh,
down outside and running in the house.
absolutely.
I'm not bringing it into you guys.
That's exactly what I do. I close that garage door and yeah, I know tons of people with a code. Pray to God they don't open up that garage door because you don't wear those clothes inside your house. So yeah, it's yeah. So let me tell you, I know there's still a few people on here. Oh, there's 11 on here. That's awesome. So just I know there's just been a lot of sadness, but I have a happy story about the hospital. Our very first COVID patient was a 65-year-old man that contacted it like from work somewhere, and he ended up intubated, and we actually ended up coding him once, and there was a big thing sent out today. He's been discharged. He was
Oh,
in the hospital for 20 days. He was ventilated for many of those days, probably 17. But let me tell you, so no one can go inside the hospital to see him, and it was so hard on the family. So the family created a GoFundMe account to buy iPads for all of our COVID rooms. So so anybody that's hospitalized gets a iPad that's on the COVID unit. They get an iPad so they can continue to visit with their family.
that's
uh,
wonderful.
Through, yeah, I thought that was wonderful. So hi, Justin or Christina, how's mama doing?
Well,
Oh,
like
about a
Jerry Holly went to take his wife to the hospital to be checked by a doctor, and he goes, "You don't know what the feeling was like. I had to drop my wife off at the door
yeah,
with her cancer, and I had to stay out in the car." He goes, "No one, I wanted to be in there, but they told me stay out."
that's exactly right. And Susan, a lot of the patients, they don't even depending on how sick they are, we really want them to do the best they can just to take care of
Mhm.
themselves at home, because there's so much there's so much COVID in the hospitals now. And if you are not positive and you're admitted, I mean, you're taking a big chance, because it's bad enough that you have to go to the grocery store and possibly come into contact with it. But I mean, if you get admitted to the hospital, I mean, your chances have just, tripled at least. So,
Yeah, we bring our groceries home. They get bleached down. The jar, the cans, the bags of chips, everything. And I wear a mask, gloves, and so does my husband. And we use a lot of hand sanitizer. And some people walk around without that stuff, and they just look at you like you're crazy. One lady tried to get too close to me at the dollar store, and I seriously about turned around, and whacked her with my cane. I mean,
oh, I know. Oh, yeah.
I was like, "Lady,
Yeah.
don't get close to me."
That that is exactly why it keeps spreading. I'm just going to say that. That's
Mhm.
exactly why. Now, Susan, let me answer this question. Hi, Darcy. So Darcy's asking that she keeps seeing posts on Facebook that it's the same as any flu that's been going around, and we obviously know that's not true. So
No.
people that are posting that we've got plenty of equipment, people that are saying this is going to pass. That's not it at all. And every single day that goes by, they're learning more and more and more about this virus. And so, so before they thought, oh, 6 feet away, wash your hands, whatever. And
Mhm.
that's not right. Um, so if you they've got a choir. I don't know how many people have heard about the choir. There was like 60 of them. They decided to go ahead and have their choir practice. Easter's coming up. I get it. Yeah. So like 39 of them tested positive, and they were supposedly social distancing while they were singing. But just being in the same room talking,
Hmm.
and that's just,
It
that's
it go
just
it goes out a great distance,
absolutely.
more than what you ever would think it does.
Absolutely, absolutely. And even in the hospital, when we talk about it, when you're coding somebody, we can't even, that bag mask ventilation. I
Hmm.
know as a
Yeah,
security guard,
yeah,
you saw it. We're because it's just spraying particles into the
yeah,
air. So
yeah.
yeah, so it's
Been
not
been
like
been
the flu.
witnessed to many of those, and
Yeah.
taking the bodies down to the morgue and signing them out. Yeah, I've done many of those duties.
Yeah,
But
Justin's saying, I'll put this up there, hoping that they're going to be able to come to Mayberry.
yeah,
And like everybody is obviously hoping we'll peak in May and then start coming down. So, especially with the baby, it's so scary right now.
it
Even,
is.
yeah, our moms come in to deliver and they get a support person with them. And then um, they can switch out. So obviously dad wants to be there. But
Hmm.
if grandma wants to come in, they have to switch out support systems. So, and of course, they have to go through a screening. And anybody that comes to the hospital just to be screened, you don't get in if you have cough, sore throat, shortness of breath, 100, any really type of fever. It's just, yeah. So
Uh,
these are,
it,
yeah, I've
it
been in
just
healthcare 29 years, never seen anything like this.
it just makes me wonder. Okay, they'll say that everything's come down. Let's say the 1st of May, everybody can start going back. Like one person says, all it's going to take is one person out there coughing, touching, and it can. It's just like, really, when does it end?
Absolutely. And
I
that's what,
mean, I told my husband, I said, even when they tell us it's all clear, I don't know if I could still go out in
mm-mm,
public without that mask. I don't feel safe no more.
right.
I don't.
And Susan, we talk about it. There's so many things that are never going to be the same as far as
No,
healthcare
no,
workers,
no.
just everything. This has just been devastating for so many areas and so global.
Hmm.
It's just unbelievable. So I'm gonna
You know,
read some of these comments.
I don't think this country's going to be the same again. And what was it? Attorney General said that when it peaks, it's going to be like worse than the bombing of Pearl Harbor, and it's going to be worse than this. And I'm like, wow.
Right, right. I'm just I'm a real statistics type of person, we were talking about the total loss in Vietnam. I think it's like 58,200, and that was years. That was years, and we haven't been in this 4 months.
No.
Yeah, and our numbers, they're they're going, you know, 300 a day to 500 a day to 800 to 1,000 to now 2,000. When are we going to peak? So, and there's so many cases that are still out there. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of recoveries statistically, but how accurate are them?
And then you
China's
got people that lie and say I
right,
don't have it, and then they go out and expose it. Over in Kentucky, the governor found out one guy signed himself out of the hospital. He had it. He was not going to stay there. Let me go. So he signed himself out, and the governor found out. So he put police around his house
yeah,
for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week until he was better.
right. Well, and then the senator, I can't remember what state that he was from. He tested positive, and they saw him out at the gym. Like guys, this is serious. I mean,
Yeah.
you may be healthy, you may be feeling fine, go to the gym, but there's so many people that aren't fine, people that are so
Yeah.
immunocompromised, or I mean, yeah, it's just crazy.
I mean,
So,
because they've already told me if I got it, I wouldn't survive. And so that's why I take all the precautions we can.
hmm and I didn't know. I don't know if you have. Do you have a immunocompromised? I mean, do you? I don't.
I have
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
I have RSD, a disease, and it
hmm
goes in and it's destroyed my nervous system and weakens it. It weakens my whole body system down. And they've tested me several times trying to pump up my immune system, and they'll get it up there, and then numbers will drop back again, then go up, and it just got to the point they just they couldn't bring it back up to stay right. So
Susan, I have to pause for just a second. BluWave Odyssey is in here, and that's you guys are awesome. Thank you for visiting. I I tried to go live once and was just chit chatting with I can't remember who all was in the room, but so Captain Jack's he's like, oh, I'll let you up on the screen. It was a total failure. It was so funny. So I've never really had enough guts to like pull up on someone's screen before, because I'm like, I am not messing up your I can imagine how Barbara Carter felt, because when I tried to get up on Captain Jack's screen, he probably thought, you're a loser. Get out of my stream.
I
So
felt so bad for her tonight. They were trying so hard, and
oh,
we can hear them both
totally.
talking.
Yeah. Yeah, and at the end when they had that, she was standing, the camera was further back. It was obviously a different camera. And she had fingernail polish set up and everything. And I
Yeah,
thought,
she
oh
had.
man,
Oh my!
that looked like it was gonna be it looked like it was gonna be a blast. But
She had her
yeah,
crown on. Oh
yeah,
she. I
yeah.
felt so bad for her.
Oh hey. I see that. So my daughter actually lives in Florida. So I think about you Florida folks all the time, because obviously you guys are suffering a whole lot more than Missouri. Just our numbers are starting to really start going up, but Florida, she's up in the Panhandle. She's an emergency room nurse as well. So I just, that's all I can think about half the time. My poor kids that are here at home, they probably think I am just a wacko, because I live, breathe, and sleep this virus. Just so worried about, the people that I'm taking care of, and yeah,
Well, I was
it's
worried
rough.
about putting out videos. My husband goes, "Well, I see different ones just driving around and filming different things out." So
Yeah.
we took off again today, just drove
Yeah.
around. I filmed some old barns and different farms and some old churches and stuff. I mean, and just put it to music. Maybe it'll just help somebody relax. I don't know.
Oh, you know what? And I don't disagree with that, because I've done a couple of hikes with my daughter and her boyfriend. We've gone out on a couple of hikes, because I feel like when I'm at home, I'm watching the numbers, I'm watching the news, I'm watching states, hospitals that are running out of PPE, and when I can get out on a trail and start hiking and I'm shooting a video or something, I feel like I can get my mind off of the virus for a
Yeah,
couple of minutes or for a couple of hours. So thank you, Bob, for staying at home. We need more people to stay at home. But if you're not around anybody, like the videos that you shoot, I feel like all the ones that I've watched, it's you and your husband and your dog. And
yeah.
even when you're shooting like your waterfall video, you're, you know,
No,
shoot
I don't get
20,
near
30 feet
nobody.
away from, yeah, you are 20, 30, feet away from anyone. So I feel like if we don't get a little bit of exercise and a little bit of fresh air, we're
Oh,
going to
I
go
gotta have fresh
crazy.
air. Oh, I gotta
We're
have
going to go
that.
crazy with this virus. Yeah. Yep.
Uh,
Hike
now
with
that
Mike is in the house. Thank you.
I
Oh,
was
hey,
at my,
Jenna's here. Hi, Jenna. So
I
go
was
ahead,
I,
Susan.
I was at my pain doctor a week ago, and they told me what numbers you see on TV. Don't pay attention to those. Double that number. And I
Hmm.
said, well, I heard there's a lot because over here close to Knoxville, I said, I hear that, suicide's up because people are literally depressed. And of course, if you already have issues, it makes it worse. And she said, well, yeah, whatever those numbers are, double that.
Absolutely.
She said, don't pay. She goes, I understand in a way they don't want to post everything out there on TV because it really, really causing more of a pandemic than it already has.
Right.
But she goes, as a public, though, people have a right to know. She goes,
Right.
I can see it both ways. But she said she didn't foresee this stuff coming under control until about the middle of the summer, if even then.
Oh, right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And so at the hospital, they have there's a computer system and it's an EMS resource type of system. And every single hospital has to keep their data in that computer. And it tells you how many patients that you have with COVID virus, how many patients you have intubated with the COVID virus, how many beds that you have available, and how many. So the numbers that we have, I think our database is the most accurate for positive cases. So the numbers that you see on TV, those are low already. At the end of the day, when they report the numbers, I feel like they're low still. And in the beginning, when we were struggling with the tests on who could we test, who could we not test, we were getting so many patients in there that it's like, if you had these symptoms, go home and quarantine yourself. You didn't need to be tested. Assume that you're positive. And then, if you do, because it's the respiratory status, your O2 saturation just plummets. You just cannot move that air. You come back into the hospital and then you're admitted. So BluWave is talking about the swamp. Hike with Mike does a lot of really good videos about where he'll do like an inspiration talk. He's out in the swamp or out somewhere, and he does a real calming, real peaceful talk. And yeah, so those are excellent videos. So that's the swamp, the Florida thing. So yeah, it's just so consuming. So have you been anywhere recently?
Today we took a drive. I needed some orange juice, and uh, Jim went into the store, got it, came out. We sterilized the bottle of orange juice, sterilized our debit card, sterilized his hands, and he said, "My God, will this ever end?" I mean,
Right.
and then we got a call. Our son works at an Amazon um, place there in Jeffersonville, Indiana, where they ship out everybody's orders. Of course, right now they're shipping out medical supplies and food. There was a employee that tested positive for it. So, hey, guess what? That's on your packages.
Oh yeah.
It is spread through, and Amazon, they're not working far apart. And he works in a what they call a cage area where all the jewelry, um, expensive items, your cameras, microphones, everything is. And he says they're working on top of each other there. And that's
Right.
scary. And Amazon said, well, if you think you're sick and you might have it, you can go home and stay home, and it won't be counted against you, but you're not going to get paid.
Oh, see, that's terrible. I will say
So
our
that's
yeah,
how Amazon treats them.
that's not that's not that's not good.
And my
I
son
will
goes,
say,
I need the money, so I got to stay.
yeah, our hospital, if we were to become having symptomatic, they would test us, and we get 80 hours off for with pay, and it does not come out of our bank. If we need more, obviously we take it. I don't know. RV Underway is in the house here, I think. Barbara, if you or Ricky want to pop up here, or I'm going to put that link in there. Or Bob, if you want to come up, you can pop in that link. So I feel bad for RV Underway. They were.
Yeah,
We
Jim
can
wears
totally hear you guys.
he wears gloves when he pumps gas and things.
Oh, your husband does.
Mm-hmm.
So I started watching.
Because he just don't want to get me sick too.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's the way I am. I'm scared to death every single time I come home from work. If anything that I touch, it's like I'm so fanatical. What if I touch something and then I do have it and I'm not symptomatic, and then one of my kids get it or Kelly gets it, I'm like, I'm scared. I mean, it's just yeah. So yeah, we'll see. It's just so. RV Underway, we could totally hear you guys. You guys were fine. I'm like,
don't
meltdown. No
down.
meltdown.
No.
No. C-Dub's in the house. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
My heart was going out to her. Jim goes, tell her, give you a link. And I was, well, she can't.
Right.
I was like, no.
Yeah, the one screen. Y'all got to tell us, were we going to paint nails or what were we doing there? That looked like a good show. Yeah. All the first questions, I knew none of them. I
didn't either.
I always like the trivia part of it, but I thought, you know what? Finally, I'm too young to know those answers. Yeah. So. All right.
But, I felt my heart was going out to her. Jim goes, I guess she went off. And I said, yeah.
Yeah.
And Ricky wasn't working back there.
I was waiting for Ricky. I was like, Ricky, we can hear you.
And they were at the radio station, so I would have thought everything would have worked out good for them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that was funny.
But we've all come across issues sometime or another.
Oh,
so.
You know what? I see.
We're here to support you through the good and bad.
I see them all using those green screens and everything, and I thought, oh my gosh, I would totally fail that. Kelly's the techie one. I'm not real techie. I'm like, Kelly, fix this for me.
I got the green screen, but we just haven't got the lighting part figured out. We're not too good at this stuff.
Right. Shelly, you were doing good. You were doing a good job trying to help. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad Ricky didn't lose it. That would have been a tough one. Bob, that was so funny when you had Gus's little body parts on your screen. I was like, yeah.
Oh, my husband Jim.
Gus.
My husband Jim is sitting over there. Yes, that looks like him.
People just hating on poor Gus. Oh man. Yeah. Hey, if you're in the house that I missed saying hi, I haven't been watching the stream very much. Kelly's watching it, but I know Billy's in here. Thank you for stopping by. And I don't know. Yeah. So.
And then Shelly said that she figured out she muted herself and then poof, then she was gone.
Oh, yeah. I've got like these gaming headphones because I don't know if the regular ones work or if I have to have a speaker. Because the one time when I was on with Captain Jack I had like headphones on and I was hearing two people and I felt like I was in some kind of a barrel and it was horrible. So I thought,
that's the first time somebody brought me on their live stream. I didn't know you had click off of the live YouTube, and I was like, "Why is it echoing?"
That's exactly what happened. I had my YouTube on in the background or something without it being muted, and they're like, I was like in a barrel.
I thought, wow, I sound crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, Ricky, Miss Barbara's okay with us.
Oh, hey, Shelly, I did not know that she was your mom. When you say, oh, what's your favorite video? Won my giveaway. She said she loves the bird videos. So I don't know how I didn't know that wasn't your mom. So if anybody else wants to come up, I'm gonna hit a link since I'm.
We love you, Miss Barbara.
I know. Come on up. Since I'm new at this, I thought, well, we'll give it a see if that works here. Yay. Yeah, I've never done this where I've invited somebody up. One night I got on late and I actually had probably 4 or 5 people and we chatted for probably about an hour, but it was a good time. I know Debbie loves the bird videos, Bob. She always comments on them. I appreciate her. Yeah.
I still have trouble sharing that link, copying and pasting it. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm all over the place here on the keyboard trying to figure
Yeah.
something.
I feel like I've seen some people, I think Box Van D's using something different, Prism or something now.
She's using
or-
Prism Live, but now that she got monetized, she can actually go live from YouTube too now.
Yeah.
I think. But she used Prism Live earlier, and she just looks so crystal clear.
Yeah. Hey, Hike with Mike put on. Yeah. So I don't know if you saw this, but yeah, they're cleaning our mask with UV rays. So hopefully, or with UV things. So hopefully that works. So yeah, 9 12-hour shifts with that same mask is a little scary.
Yeah,
So,
because I mean, used to watch the nurses. They come out of room. If we had a patient that had MRSA and we had to gown up and all of that stuff, we automatically took them off through the trash can. If you went back in, you put a new one on.
right.
And here nowadays, they can't do that. And the
Oh,
nurse across the street, she said, I get one mask and it's got to last me all day and hopefully the next day. And she said, ew.
yeah. The paper masks, they're called surgical masks. They're just a thin.
They're thin.
3 12-hour shifts. Yep. 3 12-hour shifts.
Yeah, because we had
in
the
the emergency room.
Did yours have the plastic shield up?
We have some with the plastic shield. Most of us wear goggles. It's just a little bit, I feel like it's a little bit better protection. Of course, I wear glasses.
That plastic shield's not the best.
Right. Yeah, I wear my glasses and then a pair of eye guards over it, and then the mask. And then if we have somebody like that we're intubating or we're coding them and doing CPR, then we have a shield on. So they are our hospital. We're doing the best we can to keep everybody protected, but it is nerve-wracking. So.
I mean, you got your smaller hospitals that don't get everything that some of the bigger ones would get, and that makes it rough on those.
Right. Yeah, we get a lot of our hospital is only like 168 beds, and most of the COVID, not most of them, but a lot of the COVID patients that we're starting to get, they're getting transferred in from other facilities. So a lot of our COVID patients were able to discharge home, and then they home quarantine. So yeah. I'd have to home quarantine in the van. I would not, if I test positive, I'm not coming into my kids and Kelly, and I'm not going to do it. Shelly, I'm in the ER. I work in the ER. I'm a charge nurse on the night shift. So
yeah. When I was in housekeeping on the weekends, I worked along beside the charge nurse, and she would tell me if I had to get certain rooms cleaned up or the certain patients were being discharged, so those rooms had to be cleaned and what had to be done. Yeah. Sometimes she was running around with her chicken head cut off, and I had a pager, and there was nights I don't think that pager would ever stop.
Right.
Oh God, help me.
I'll tell you, I don't know how the housekeeping does it, because our housekeepers, they cannot keep up with our COVID patients, because people come in and it's called a PUI. It's a patient under investigation. What that means is we don't know. We don't know if they're positive or negative, and we won't know for 24 hours. So those rooms have to be COVID cleaned, just like MRSA or something like that. And it's just and it's even actually a higher level of sterilization. Those poor housekeepers, they're the lowest paid. And I'm telling you what,
I don't know if it's changed any, but I only got $9 an hour.
Right.
About 9 or 10. I don't know if it's changed, but housekeepers don't get paid much.
Oh, hey, Max from Hike Camp's in here. Thanks, Max. Hope you are well. Your last video was awesome. Max gets to self-isolate. he put a video out the other day. There is no one around. I didn't even see his vehicle in his drone shed. Yeah, that was awesome. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's just a terrible time for I mean, everybody wants to get out and do stuff with the spring, and it's like you just have to hold back. It's or else
And
it's just going to last longer.
we was driving through Gatlinburg today, and seeing those barricades up and the park rangers standing out there not letting you into the Smoky Mountains. I was like, oh,
Yep.
but it's out in the open air. But people get bundled up on going to these trails back to the waterfalls, and hey.
Yeah. So in Missouri, you can't. So they just closed St. Louis City park system and the county. So we have the Ozark Trail. It's about 2 hours for me to drive, but we can still hike down there. But so a lot of our state parks are starting to close now because our numbers are. I think we had like 368 yesterday, and I didn't look at the number yet today. So
yeah, we watched people walk around some of the barricades at one of the other entrances into the park today to go hiking, and I thought, well, I wouldn't want to be you out there when the park ranger caught you.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's in Missouri. I don't know how it is for other places, but here in Missouri, it's a $2,000 fine if you are out and you don't have a purpose for being out. And all of us healthcare workers, we have a letter that we keep in our car.
Oh,
yeah. Hi, Barbara.
We love you, Barbara.
You all were doing fine.
We love you.
Fine. You all were doing fine.
We were hearing you talk and everything.
Yeah. You have to tell me, are you driving right now?
I had a 3-second lag and we had about a 10-second lag, so it was driving us crazy.
Yeah, yeah, I know that.
But anyway,
I would hate that.
And I'll get on my laptop, and maybe I can do it from home or from Matilda.
Yay!
Good old Matilda.
Yeah, yep. She was not having this. There's no remote.
Yeah, she
no
said
social distancing.
Matilda says you traitor. You went somewhere else.
Yep.
I'm glad with these guys.
Oops.
Yeah, I'm cutting. She's lagging. Yeah.
Yeah. Poor lady.
Yeah.
Get home and get on that laptop.
She's having a rough day today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bless her heart.
Yep.
I was
she had
talking
her crown on and everything.
I was talking away in my live stream last night, and I just had to look down at the laptop and saw I wasn't there. So I had to go out and come back in. I mean, it happens. It happens.
Yeah. Our Wi-Fi here.
My husband goes, "Where did you go?" And I said, "I don't know."
Yeah.
Poor girl.
Look at some of these. Oh, there you go. Max, are you in Wyoming or are you in Colorado? I can't remember if he's got an awesome drone, and it's the one. He's got one better than I do, and his is awesome coloring, awesome footage. But he did a video the other day, and it was just so beautiful with the drone footage, and it's snow-capped mountains, and I was super jealous. I want to be outside, so they've got us.
It's killing me not to get out and go on a trail. The ones I could go on, I want to go so bad.
Yeah. I'm working about one shift extra a week, so it's about four 12-hour shifts. And when our numbers start coming down, I'm gonna take a month off and go hike.
I can't wait to get. I said I want to see that RV out of the driveway, out of campground, so bad.
Yeah, Shelly, I said drone. Max says, I think a lot of people, there's, I guess, going to change the laws about drone use, but I guess for a year or so, we're going to still try and get away with it. But I have a drone. I know, who is it that's right down the road from us? Older and Wiser.
Yeah.
They like using their drone too.
Mhm.
But yeah, Hike Camp. He's from Wyoming, and he's got a drone and puts a lot of good footage in there. I just love the drone footage. I follow another guy from New Mexico, and he uses a drone with a lot of his videos. He did a virtual hike the other day with the drone. So he stayed, I guess, in his vehicle or outside the vehicle, and he flew his drone over the trail, and he followed the trail. So it was pretty cool. So whatever you got to do to get out these days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, we had so many trips planned and
Yeah.
didn't happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I was working on someone's ambulance. A friend of mine bought an ambulance, and I'm helping her turn it into a
I remember
camper.
that.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and we had to. I had, I've got it. We had it in our subdivision, and we had to get it out of the subdivision because people were complaining, and so it's about done. But now it's parked it's parked in storage, and so we're just waiting for the weather to show up to get better. Yeah, so Max has the DJI Mavic Air, and I have the Mavic Pro, and his literally just fits. It's half the size of mine probably, and probably half the weight. So Max. He's did a gear video. He's got the perfect setup for YouTube and blogging. So real good setup. So some hike with Mike's going to camp in his backyard. I'll tell you what.
I've been
I've got
thinking
like
about it.
3 raccoons in my back. My raccoons will not leave my bird feeders alone. They will shred my tent if I put up in the backyard.
We decided to just go out and start doing some work at ours because once this mess is over,
Yep.
we're wanting to go full time. But we have our still got our old home up in Indiana. Then
Mhm.
we have this one here, and our boys are living at our other one. And we decided when this mess is over, we're going to keep our home here because we are sometime either that or buy a piece of land and
Mhm.
put a carport over it and have it fixed up so we would have a safe place to go to, a place we know we can go and won't get kicked out. And we're just going to start preparing our full-time journey once this is over with.
Yeah. William was talking about that the other day about buying a nice
Yeah.
piece of land, putting some pads on it,
Mhm.
for other people. That to me, and I think we talked about it.
Yeah.
I want a pole barn on mine so
That's
I
what my
can.
husband wants. He
Yeah,
was
absolutely.
one of those pole barns, and he said, yeah, he wanted to fix it
Yeah,
up to where someone else could come in too, or if we're gone and they're in that area, they can go to it.
right,
Yeah, have all the hookups there for them.
right. Yeah, just for the record, I
Yeah.
do not have 3 pet raccoons. They are violators. They're trespassers. I've got
Oh,
signs out. They don't follow them. They are, they
oh,
eat,
they got in our bird seed bad when we
they
lived up there
do.
in Indiana. Jim even he went down and put it in totes and with lids, and somehow or another, I guess either there he didn't have the lid on all the way.
Yeah,
Went out the next morning and found where the raccoons had just literally took that bird seed all over the garage.
right. No, it's terrible. Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh, they're a pest.
Yeah, they can, even my ones that are like tubes, they swing, they dangle from a hook, they can pull them over and get in there and they'll clear the whole tube out if they don't get brought in at night. So when I leave for work, it's too early to bring the feeders in because the cardinals and the mourning doves, they stay late. So I
Hmm.
so I like to leave them out late. So I tell my kids and Kelly, make sure you bring them in. If they forget, they will go through 4 suets and a tube of seed before anybody can get out there. They are just
Oh,
crazy. Yeah.
between the raccoons and the possums, we had a fighting battle.
Yeah.
Oh, And you don't want to
Welcome,
mess with
Jeannie.
the possum.
Yeah, yeah. Welcome, Jeannie. Thanks for stopping by. You're tearing your hair out. I need a haircut. Anybody cut hair? they they
We got lucky. We got ours done just right before they shut the Indiana line down because we was up there, and I told my beautician, do my hair and cut Jim's as short as you can.
you, oh, I'll tell you, at the hospital, people say, "What do you guys need? What do you guys need? We want to help out. We want to be a part of this." I told the bosses, next time somebody says that, we need haircuts. Just set up a tent. There's like if you have short hair, you have got to. I mean, you got to get a haircut every 4 or 5 weeks, and I'm dying. No,
We used to
my hair is
beg
gonna
for
lay
foot
flat.
massages.
Yeah, that and put my. Oh, it's funny. It took a pandemic to find out, but at the hospital on the second floor, evidently, they have a chair up there, and it's a massage chair. I've been
Ooh.
here 17 years. How do I not know we didn't have a
They were
massage
hiding
chair
it.
on
They
the
were
second
hiding it.
floor?
They were
Yeah,
hiding it.
yeah. They were hiding it from the ER nurses. We'd be up there between patients. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
Always found the best food in the ER. These drug reps would bring in a whole meals from
I Susan, I lost you. What do they bring in?
They used to bring drug reps would bring in meals back there for the nurses in the ER. One restaurant was a spaghetti restaurant, and it was all kinds of spaghetti and garlic bread and different things. I mean, these people ate back there. So
Oh,
us security officers would sneak back there and get us a plate of food and sneak back out.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. They right now, all these restaurants, they are feeding us like kings and queens. It is
Oh, that's good.
unbelievable. It is unbelievable the amount of people that are bringing in, you know, cupcakes and leftover. I mean, Starbucks is constantly bringing in like cold coffee, and it's just crazy. I
That's
mean,
amazing.
humanity. We had a whole group of kids come in, and they took chalkboard and or chalk and wrote this big mural out on the parking lot.
Oh,
It is just people drive by, and they've got these big signs hanging out the window, and it's like, you guys are heroes. Hang in there. We're here for you. It's just amazing.
I'm
I
hoping
will
that kind of same gratitude keeps just
absolutely.
going.
Absolutely, absolutely. I woke up the other day, and I had a rock on it was on my porch, and it was Nurse's Rock, and it was
Ah.
painted. It was pretty cool. Nomadic Hippies in the house. Buddy, you got to get up here. We want to see your hair.
Oh my God, he's handsome
Uh,
now.
Nomadic,
Oh,
I just got back to the truck. You guys are crazy tonight. Sorry I'm late. I'm happy you're here. I'm going to put a link up. Nomadic, you got to come up and show us your hair, buddy.
oh my God. I told him that the girls are going to go crazy
Oh
for
my
him now.
gosh.
It knocked off. Oh, he looks like a young guy
Yeah,
ready
yeah.
to rock the streets. Oh my God.
Oh, here, not that. I don't want to hide on. Yeah, we'll see if he comes up. I signed in. I don't know what I would have thought if I would have signed in and it was him in a bathtub, but that
Oh,
because I he there was a about a 15-minute gap. And so I rewound it, and it was him in a bathtub, and I was like,
Oh
"Oh
my!
no,
check
no,
check him out.
buddy!
Oh,
Babe,
Oh
can you hear
man,
me?
you
yes,
look
Okay, I'm gonna put
awesome.
my headphones on to hide this. Look,
Oh
I should.
no.
yeah."
You
Hold on.
look good. You look good.
Ricky, you gotta tell me, because I came in and the girls were putting braids in your hair, and
I came on, he was in the
and
bathtub, and I thought,
I
what in the world?
It
I'm
was a
still
spring cleaning thing.
I'm still debating. I'm still debating whether I'm going to go back and watch the bathtub scene. I want to support the channel, but I'm kind of
It's
iffy
not
on
up.
that one.
I've been,
It's not.
I've been, I'm sitting
Nomadic
here trying
hippie.
to go. It's still buffering. It's still loading. I
Oh,
wonder.
you're kidding me.
Yeah, because I'm
Oh,
trying to get everybody's names together. I just gave the money so they can
I'm not
donate,
here.
and I wanted to get everybody's name so I can donate
We're all
that to the
froze.
food.
Yeah. Nomadic. Okay. Am I froze?
No,
Okay.
I
Nomadic.
am.
Yeah, you
you
are.
are,
Yeah.
and you're
Nomadic.
too.
You have to tell us, what were you doing? What was the cause? I feel like I
It
got it.
wasn't. It was a joke.
Oh,
It
okay.
was a
What?
joke. All I wanted to do was come on, and my subject today was cleaning up your YouTube channel, going back to your old videos when you first started, maybe making those, re-tagging them, maybe putting new thumbnails in to bring new life to the older videos, because now that we're better at SEO, try and bring, and so that's how it started. And then for some reason, it just went to my hair. And I said, the only way to cut my hair is if I could do it for charity. And then all of a sudden, Lily Gypsy comes in and said $500. I go, $500 to cut my hair. Okay, no, that can't happen in 29 minutes. It did.
It did.
$706.29 minutes. That was insane.
700. I will. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
you won't.
that was. Yeah.
It was insane. This community, it was started out as a joke, and all of a sudden it just happened. And so it's going to a local food bank here in Metropolis, Illinois, is the town I'm in, and at the moment. And so I the ATM would only let me take out $300 at a time. So I just walked up the street, took $300 out, took it over to the Riverview Mansion Bed and Breakfast. And tomorrow morning I'm going to get up and take the other 300, and then I'll PayPal the last 100. And this coming week, the Superman Museum and the Riverview Mansion Bed and Breakfast are going to take it to a local charity food bank and clothing for the people that are in need. And then they're going to donate my hair to some other thing, not Locks for Love, no one does that. So, but there's another thing that does it, and it's
Cool.
usually because Locks for Love charges for their hair. So
I have to tell you. Thanks, Bob. All my family is from Vienna, Illinois. So when you started talking about Metropolis, I mean, you're like, that's just right down the road. That's not that
This
far away
town
from Vienna.
I live in Florida, and this is my stop because this town is so amazing. The people here, they welcome you like it's like Mayberry almost.
Right.
I could just walk into any door here and just rate somebody's fridge, and they welcome you to it. It's like everybody here is amazing.
Yeah.
And look at Bob. Look at this guy. I thought everybody was happy because I wasn't e-begging.
No.
It started out.
It's almost as long as mine.
No, it's whatever. No more ponytail for at least a month.
Awesome. It's awesome.
Actually, doesn't he look a lot younger?
He does.
He really. That I gotta say, you look a lot younger. You look about 23 years old now.
I feel it. I feel it. I just want to thank everybody tonight. You guys really, for something that was just a joke, everybody stepped up. Tommy Travels just blew me away.
Yeah.
It's like, so support that channel because he is always supportive. And
he really stepped up, didn't he?
Yeah, he made me mad because I didn't want my haircut. He pushed it over.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. But yeah, I just, this community just like, wow.
It was so cool.
It was.
I didn't want you to cut it in. It looks really good on you, Rick. It really, really does. It looks good on you, man.
It looks better with the hat. My hat's up there. If anybody's ever coming through Illinois on the Kentucky border, stop by and this town, they'll accept you like family, just like us. So definitely, it's mind blowing. They were so happy. The girls were so happy with the scissors, though.
Well, when she put those rubber bands on, she said it's going to be down past her ears. But when she put those rubber bands on, I was like, no way. Because I knew once she cut it the way she was cutting it off, it was going to have to be cleaned up after that. Yeah. So I knew, no way it's going to be over your ears.
Everybody go to the Super Museum on YouTube And like on whatever one of the top videos are, just leave a comment on there. You screwed up Hippie's hair.
No. Yeah, someone said, oh, it'll be about the length of Bob's when we're done. And you can see where those rubber bands were at, and it was like, no, I don't think so. That's not how this is going.
I was kind of digging those braids though. So when it grows long again, I think I'm gonna do that. I was kind of digging that.
You did. I think you said you looked like Willie Nelson.
That's what somebody, I think. Bob
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I was saying you look like Pippi Longstocking.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was happy just sitting in the bathtub.
Yeah.
That's all.
That was so cool. Turn on the live stream and there's Hippie in the bathtub. Suds and all. I was like, yeah, that is so cool.
And then the girls go out and bring flowers and put flowers around it for me.
Oh no!
Crazy. But yeah, I thanks for bringing me on. That's no cat. You're not getting on the keyboard.
No.
It was just thank you guys for popping in. It was unexpected. And,
it was awesome. No, it was.
And it was an hour early.
Can I ask you something, Bob? Since I got you on, or since I'm in here with you real fast, you went live tonight. I'm sorry I missed your stream. I was dealing with all this aftermath. Now that video of mine was a few hours ago and it's still not processed. Is your video from your live stream already processed? Because
the video processed, but the chat has not. The chat's still not processed. And you are right about the super chats. It's not showing up yet. Actually, mine's showing up. It's just dated wrong, but my super chat does show up. But yeah, my videos always process immediately. When they're over, I can go watch them right away. I just can't read the chat for several hours.
See, that mine normally are up right away, but this one here, it's at several hours and the video's still not up. I went in on YouTube Studio just now and it says processing.
Yeah, Hippie had that. I mean, not Hippie. Slow Momentum had that problem with the 2 videos that he did that were 19 hours long. He never was able to get them up. So I don't know if there's a problem. If there's a problem, did you say the word coronavirus in it?
No. Oh no! Thanks, Bob.
Nope. StreamYard didn't process my Friday video.
Sorry.
Have you not said it in this one yet, Johnny?
About 100 times.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
Then
I did say the S word in my video.
That shouldn't matter. Now I heard Camper said that he got flagged for the S word in his SH, and I did hear you say it, and he said, but you know what? I've heard people curse a lot worse than that on YouTube, and their videos are up. So I don't get it. And he also said that he disputed it, and they put it up with no problem.
Well, I just went in. It gave me a big long list of things about the curse words, and one of the thing was, were they harsh curse words? And I clicked no, and it said something like HELL and things like that, and damn and stuff like that. And I throw the S word in with those. If it's something Bart Simpson could say, or it could be said on television nowadays, it should. The S word can be said on regular television. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I watch Walking Dead and all these other shows, and they're up. They do all that, so I didn't think anything of it. And but I don't know. So maybe it goes up, maybe it doesn't. But I need those names to do my list, so I can think. Or
the super chat should still show up regardless. I would think. Maybe not. Maybe not. Because if it's not up, you may not get monetized on. Ooh, that would be bad. We don't want to think like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you guys, if you don't mind, let me ask you guys, when you do the super chats, do you lose, like we donate, do you lose money to YouTube for that?
Well, YouTube gets 30% of it.
30%.
And if you do it on an iPhone, Apple takes another 30%.
No way.
Yeah.
That's why you always use Google.
Use Google, yeah. Do you guys have like Patreons then, or?
I don't. I don't have anything else. I have a PayPal account, and I don't even link it on my site because I feel like that's asking for money.
Yeah.
I look at it like this. I did it for free before. So I'm not here to
Yeah.
make money.
Yeah.
I think YouTube's doing a great service by letting me store my videos there and everything. So I don't mind them getting 30% of it. The rest of it, I pay forward in my giveaways.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going to ever make my money back on my giveaways. I mean, my first giveaway, I gave away $475. You know, and then I give away $30 every week, and it'll take a long time for it to ever catch. It's not about the money. So it's nice. I love getting it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't do it. I appreciate everyone who gives it, but I just use it for my giveaways. And whatever I get, that's fine, and I appreciate it. But you know, it's not about the money. And I think YouTube does. I have no problem with them getting 30% of it, really, because I'm storing my videos there, and
That's a good point.
Yeah, I do have a PayPal, and I do have the Patreon, but I don't share them. Kind of like Bob says, that's more for my website rather than YouTube. And PayPal I really like, because if somebody's in need, like Thin Blue Lane, when it broke down, I was able to give them PayPal money that way. So I have it for that. And just like he says, pay it forward. You just use it
right here. Beyond
Exactly.
Beauty says StreamYard didn't process my videos stream for the whole night. Saturday morning, mine was finally processed. And New Horizons says same here with her. So they've had those issues as well.
Okay. So I guess just wait for it, because I want to go back and watch it, because I want to see how embarrassing it was for me. I wanted to make sure that I didn't know there was a mirror behind me, and I was in the bathtub, and I didn't know if you guys could see vital parts of my body. So I was worried about that. So I wanted to make sure.
Right.
No, it's actually on the iPhone that does it. It doesn't have to be an app. Use Apple Pay. Actually, if it's on an iPhone, Apple gets 30% of it. Takes 30% of it, and then so does YouTube. That's a little. I don't understand the iPhone part of it. That I don't like.
Yeah.
The YouTube part doesn't bother me. The iPhone, I have a little bit of a problem with that. So I would probably tell people don't pay PayPal with that. So
definitely. And
Right.
I do have an iPad somewhere around here, but it's like I don't do any money thing on it.
yeah, wait till you see it and you see yourself in the mirror. Oh my God, that was hilarious.
Oh, you could see me in the mirror?
Are
you kidding?
I'm kidding. Hey, but the doll did blink.
Oh man, but I can deal with that. They wanted me to spend the
You
night
should
in the
have seen the
room.
look on your face when you read the doll blink. You're like,
Well, they want me to go over there and spend the night in the room right now. I'm happy here in my truck,
I bet you are.
Yeah.
so I'm just happy here. But real fast, I'm allowed to talk about this. So the museum that I've been telling you about, I am allowed to talk about it. So today, if any of you guys have ever been to the town of Metropolis, Illinois, there's the Superman Museum also owns a 66,000 square foot other museum based on Hollywood history, and the gentleman that owns it, Jim Hambrick, he spent a lot of years in Hollywood collecting movie props and from all throughout history. Like he has Marilyn Monroe's deathbed, the last cigarette she smoked with her lipstick still on it, all that. And I got permission to work on it and reopen it. And so I have all these Hollywood movie props in a 66,000 square foot museum. The Riverview Mansion Bed and Breakfast, myself and the girl that cut my hair tonight that runs the Superman Museum, because it's her museum too. It's their family's museum. Gave me, we're putting it together. They're letting me and the Riverview Mansion take control. All we got to do is pay the property taxes. We're going to own our own roadside attraction, and we're going to put an indoor putt-putt golf course in there. We're going to do Saturday night movies at the park. It's going to be hard living in Florida and doing this up here too, but that's why I'm incorporating. We're all doing this together as a team, and so in the future, hopefully after this Corona stuff is all over with, for RVers and stuff, we've got plenty of parking here, and you guys and such. Everybody's going to be allowed to come in and just have fun, and I don't know how we're going to do it yet, but You guys are going to be able to stay at the Riverview Mansion. You guys are going to be able to come to this museum, do the Superman Museum, and
I got a couple quick questions, Johnny. One, are you in the RV?
I am not. I am not.
Okay, because it kind of looked like you might be with your backdrop. And
Yeah,
two,
it's just
is Vanderella your wife?
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I thought so. I just wasn't sure if I had the name right. Very
She's
cool.
she's stalking the channel.
No, very cool. She's moderating.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, very
Tell
cool.
her I love your guys' channel, by the way. I know I don't
Thank
see
you.
it very often,
Yeah.
but I do watch it. Sometimes I'll binge watch when I don't catch a lot of them. It's just so hard to keep up.
Yeah,
I will tell
Debbie
you.
really enjoys those bird videos.
Yeah. It is so, once you get so many subscribers, which is what we're all working for, it really is hard to keep up on everybody. I try and do the best I can, and it's hard. I totally understand. So I just appreciate support when it's there, and I do the same for everybody that I'm subscribed to. So I honestly, just like Bob was talking about, I love it that YouTube stores your videos. So yeah.
And we watch because we know right where you're at. I can drive if I'm 3 days away, but I know where you're at.
And Vanderella, I just wanted to say hello. It's nice to meet you.
Thanks, Bob.
I'm going to go ahead and go, and I'll let you and Bob just do your little thing and think.
I'm going down in the chat too.
You're good. Okay. You're good. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
No, thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Go
Oh, I cut him off too soon. Barbara, good evening. Oh, here. Hey, Barbara, I don't know if you want to. Oh, she is there and ready to go.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, how y'all doing?
I have to know, do you have yourself a glass of wine or something? Because you've had a rough night.
I've got me a beer. I told Ricky when we got in, I says, I need a beer.
Yes, yes. So before we get started talking, I just have to say, this is not on you, but so this is I guess technically my second live. And so far, I've had Miss Barbara Carter up here.
Hey.
Susan from New Horizon, Nomadic Hippie, BluWave, and Beyond Beauty. Like,
yeah.
How did this happen? So I appreciate everyone who's come up on the stream with me and made this so much fun. So how are you doing?
Oh, we're doing great. We really are. Now, Ricky's a perfectionist and everything wasn't absolutely perfect and things weren't working the way he or thought they should. So rather than get ourselves in a situation like y'all were talking about earlier and having language that we did not need to be broadcast, it was probably a good idea for us to go ahead and close things down and come on home. And this is the first time I've actually used my laptop like this, so it's all still new to me. But I'm glad to see you on the live. It's wonderful. And you've got some great folks out here, and we're just going to have, it's wonderful. So I'm just glad to be here. And, things happen. So what can you say,
Absolutely. I'll tell you, I know for you guys, it was rough, and we could hear the frustration in Ricky's voice, and Kelly can vouch for you. I'm a very type A person too. And when I'm trying to do something and it's not working out, you need some earplugs because I'm going to let loose. And I could hear his frustration, and he's like, why isn't this working? It should be working. And I totally get his personality and how he was, that frustrated feeling. So we can totally hear you guys. It was a good time. But with that being said, I would never be up here with all you all in the room and all my favorite YouTubers, a lot of them. Oh, and Shelly, I'm sorry, Shelly was here too. And I would have never come live, but I thought, oh, people are here. They're looking for another stream. I'm going to sign on and see if anybody stops by. And I have to tell you, I've had an amazing time here. So
well, good. Yeah, we were driving home, and Ricky puts the camera on me, and I'm sitting there going, first off, we live in the country, and he should know better because he should know that we are going to go through some spots where we're going to drop the internet. And of course we did. But it's all what it is. There's no reason to get upset or excited about it. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad I had the opportunity to at least attempt, and we're just going to have to trust Matilda and do it. And that's all there is to it.
So I have to ask you, and I may be wrong about it, but are you mooch stocking in your own backyard?
Absolutely.
That's what I thought I saw that in a video, and I was like, that's the funniest mooch stocking I've ever heard of. But
Yeah,
no, that's very nice of you guys to do that for your kids.
well, you know, he does work in the health community and stuff like that, even though he's a CNA, but he, you know, we gave him the house and we absolutely love being in the RV. So not a problem for us. We just wish it was at the lake or at the beach.
Right. I told Kelly if it, if it gets bad, I've got the van. I don't have an RV. I have a van that I built out. And, yeah, so I totally would stay in it. I've got it fixed up so nice. I'll park it on the hospital lot and it's got solar. I'll just stay there. I'd be happy. But of course, Kelly's like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we love it. And, you know, we've said it before, but our bed in here is probably more comfortable than our bed upstairs. So we like it here. We've got our things together and it helps us realize that we really do need to do this full time.
Yeah. BluWave, you do not have beachfront property in Arizona. I was just looking at that.
George Strait does, and I would buy it from George.
Oh yeah, right. I would too. No, that's funny. Oh my goodness. So Ricky, he's working.
He's behind me.
Oh, okay.
We actually took Matilda to town today.
Oh.
Because we are mooch docking in our own driveway, in our own front yard, we need to go and dump the black tank. So we took it, there he is. So anyway, we took Matilda to town because she needed to have some attention. We needed to go ahead and get the propane refilled and get her gassed up. And her, you know, she was just like the rest of us. Her bladder was a little full, so we needed to take care of that. But so his computer's not hooked up. So, you know, thank goodness for laptops because everything's right here. So
Right. Now, are you guys in Alabama? Or
yes.
Oh, you are. That's what I thought. Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
The southeast corner of Alabama. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Bye.
And we're both working.
Bye, Bobby. Thanks for stopping by. That's my sister. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you guys are all well and safe and no issues down there. Everybody's healthy.
Well, you know, we live in a rural community, and I think in Henry County we have 10 cases right now of the COVID. No deaths. But no deaths. Because again, we're out here. I think a lot of people may have already had it and didn't know it.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're not testing anybody out here unless you're really in a nursing home or a severe case.
You know, we were just talking about that a little bit earlier with Susan and Beyond Beauty. We were talking about how people, you know, the statistics are they're underscored because people, just as a healthcare worker, I can tell you, people aren't getting tested.
No.
Unless you know, have, I'm sorry if this is beeping, my computer's going. So yeah, if if we're not admitting you into the hospital and you come in and you've got symptoms, we tell you, go home, quarantine yourself, assume that you have it. If you have symptoms, you know, that you can't manage at home, come back.
Well, we had a scare when my mother-in-law passed. You know, we all hugged on each other and cried and snotted on each other and on and on and on it goes. And my niece is also in the health profession, and she's working with a patient that popped positive. So we all get the phone call that Molly was exposed, and we had the funeral. And all they would tell me, and I mean, I called everybody, was unless I had symptoms, all I could do was be self-quarantine, and they would not test me unless I showed symptoms. So I was at home for a week, 10 days before I could go back, you know, a full 14 days from the funeral. And it was nothing.
Scared to death, yeah.
Yeah, and she ended up not having it, but she was exposed to it. So it very much under the numbers are just way too
Oh,
low. Because there's no
absolutely.
way they could possibly get this out and test everybody. But
Absolutely.
we're healthy. We're doing fine. Having a great sense of humor. At least one of us is. And
Wait a minute.
when you live with somebody who is a perfectionist,
Mm.
you learn to let it go because
Yeah.
there's nothing I can do about it.
Yep. Yep. Kelly, don't put any comments down there. She's gonna, yeah. Oh, we're parked right next to you guys in Mayberry.
Oh, cool.
So this is not two perfectionists side by side is not going to go well. You poor ladies are going to be like, oh.
Well, we'll just take a walk and just go and sit at another campsite and talk to somebody else.
Right, right. Yeah.
And in Matilda, he is better off. He says it all works in Matilda.
Yeah.
So,
well,
but
I built out a van and nothing's square in a van. So it's you do
No.
the best you can do. And yeah, because I want a travel nurse. In Kelly's in nursing school, so when she graduates, we're going to travel nurse together. And so this van was given to me after I built out another van for someone else, and so I made the best of it, and it's phenomenal to me. So I did. There are a couple of things that I wish it would have came out better, but I do ease up a little bit when it comes to the van.
the house we have is an older house, and about 10, 15 years ago, we started remodeling it. And you talk about things not being squared and things not working. Ricky had a really rough time remodeling this house, but he had to do it all. He would not hire anybody. He did not want anybody doing anything. He wanted to know he did it all, and it drove him crazy. So
Oh yeah,
we survived that. So I guess we're in it for the long haul.
that was all before IKEA. I would take it. I know
Yes,
that.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
But
between.
yes, it's going to be great. We're going to have a good time, and I'm really looking forward to Mayberry. Now I hope that's not going to be the only time I get on the road, but we're really looking forward to it because we absolutely, when we went to Tampa, we got to meet so many folks, and I know there were a lot of people there we never got to chance to meet. Yes, so he's on the couch over here hugging on our dog.
Oh yay!
Oh, here, he told me to slide it.
Hi, Ricky. Oh, look at that dog. Oh, hi. What kind of dog is that? Besides a big one?
We have a little rat terrier. She's on the floor.
Oh,
This one is a blab.
a lab, yeah, yeah. Oh
lab.
man, so sweet. Lapping up the love.
Yeah, they're all daddy's girls.
Yeah.
But
We have a miniature Dachshund.
oh, I love any kind of dog. Now, both of these, Cody came from our in-laws. They had a litter, a bulldog lab, so we call her a blab. And then we have a rat terrier.
Oh, cool. Are we? Do you know if everybody's bringing their pets to Mayberry?
Some are, absolutely. I don't know that we will, only because being that we're country folks, they don't tend to be social, our dogs, because the only ones they really know are us. And they will tend to want to bark, and
that's the way ours is. That's where Maddie is. Yeah.
We are afraid that they won't behave themselves when we go into public with them. Now, when we go camping, we do try to take at least one at a time. Sometimes we take them both, depending on where we go. And they're good when I take them for a walk, but they're not socially acceptable in polite company.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I was wondering. I don't know if Shelly wants to come up here. She popped up on your live stream. I think she was gonna.
I know.
Did you guys have some jokes pulled up, or if she wants to come on, she can.
Most of the stuff I have, I left over either at the station or I'm going to put it on my laptop. I didn't pull it. As soon as I walked in, I opened up the laptop and said, I got to see what everybody's doing. Good night, Bob.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks for stopping by. That's awesome.
He's good people.
They are. I'll tell you what. So I probably I don't even remember exactly how I found Bob's live stream. I don't know if he stopped by my channel and left a message, but I found the stream, or maybe you know how people will say, visiting your channel, some BluWave. Like I visited
Right.
someone's channel and it said BluWave Odyssey, and maybe that's how. But I'll tell you what. So in probably like say February or January or February, this community is just phenomenal.
It is.
And
It is.
yeah.
And right now we would love to just meet up with folks, and like we say, anybody comes anywhere near 100, 200 miles from us, we'll get up in the car if we have to and go visit with
And go
them.
meet them. Yeah,
Absolutely, face
absolutely.
to face.
I know,
So
and everybody is just so nice. Just so nice.
Ricky's over here going, we can't right now. We can't.
We can't. Social distancing. Yeah. They
Which makes this really good. Now, have you been on Watch Slow Momentum's Sunday night show?
you know what? I watched Slow Momentum, and I was talking to the ladies earlier this evening about how I feel like there's so many weekend shifts that I work that I did not see the karaoke one.
Yeah.
And so I'm off tonight and I work tomorrow night.
So
But tomorrow I'm in triage. So sometimes I can listen, but I just can't participate in the chat and
Right.
that. So I am hoping to be able to, I've got some cordless earbuds, and I'm hoping to follow it tomorrow, because I hear the women, I don't know, lost or something. I don't know,
well,
but the score stuff.
I don't know how they really score and how all that's set up, and that's not what I like about it. I like the fact that we just get together as a community, have fun, laugh. The ones that sing, that's wonderful. I don't like to sing out loud. I mean, I sound great in my car. Okay, when I'm
Yeah.
by myself, I can do it. I can do it by myself. But you put a mic in front of me, and all of a sudden, it's not going to happen.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
Shelley can sing really good.
Yeah. Hi,
That's all right
Shelly.
there.
Hello,
Hi, Shelly.
guys.
Thanks for coming up. How you doing?
Yeah, good.
You were trying to salvage it, but we could hear you.
It's okay once I learn how to do all this fancy stuff on here, because truthfully, Michael handles all that stuff and I just sit down and, do what I need to do.
Yeah.
So,
It's what I mean, obviously I'm new at this, but my thing was like when I first got on tonight, it was kind of like a fast thing. I kind of got on right when these guys logged off, and I couldn't tell if people could hear me or not. So you really don't know what everybody else can see or hear until they're adding it into the live chat. So it's like, I mean, what's going on? What can they see? What can they hear? Yeah.
Well, I realize that like you have to mute the tab that has YouTube if you're in StreamYard. But the problem was my computer. I normally mute my computer anyway. I'm really bad. I leave my phone on silent. I mute my computer. I do a lot of watching of videos, before it. I mean, like where the like words come on it in the beginning. And so I watch a lot of them that way. And then I, click in, because if Michael's sleeping or, whatever, because I usually go to sleep later than him and I wake up before him. So
nice.
Yeah. So I watch.
I got both of you all your stickers from the sticker swap, and both of them are phenomenal. You guys, the colorings are kind of close, and they're both really good. The tabs.
I think we kind of influenced each other.
Did you? Little
At
peer
least our
pressure
guys
there.
were influenced.
Yeah. So Shelly, are you guys in Alabama as well?
No, we're in North Carolina. We're at our home, the Sticks and Bricks home we have in North Carolina.
Okay. I saw a video with you guys both in it though, like on a trip together or something. Oh, okay. Yeah, was that in Tampa?
We met in Tampa. And so we did a quick little video of us together in Tampa. And, Tampa was in January. And honestly, that's 3 months ago? And it's like we've known each other all our lives.
Isn't it strange? It's so, I feel like that's how it is. When I was having that battery problem with my van, I had people out of the woodwork messaging me, hey, tell me about your battery problem. Maybe I can help. It's crazy. Yeah, it's so awesome. Yeah, I love it. Oh my goodness, ladies. What do you say?
We had several that texted us tonight said, "Hey, tell me about your live stream problems. Maybe we can help."
Yeah.
Our live stream problem was spelled R-I-S-Y.
Oh, yeah.
Take that roll of paper towels down because that's distracting me.
Yeah.
Paper towels are distracting.
Yeah, because every time I look at myself, all I see is the paper towels hanging behind me.
Oh, I didn't even notice it. Mine
No.
has like some kind of emblem up there that hides it. So, yeah. So, Shelly, you guys are all well too. Your family, everybody's well.
Oh yeah, we've been very lucky. I mean, we're pretty much hunkered down here. We do go out to support like our local restaurants, but we do like drive through or take out or have it delivered. And that's really the only time we've been out, except for like groceries. And even that, we have them grocery shop and we just pick it up and bring it home or have it delivered. So we're pretty much just here.
That's
hanging
perfect.
out, waiting for everything to pass, and then we can move on because we're ready to get back out.
Oh.
This is, lockdown is really what it means is lockdown. You're just, it is like being grounded. Like you can walk around the house, but it's kind of boring.
You gotta get out. I mean, it is, people are there's gonna be so many, you kind of wonder, like, when this is over, are people gonna just want to run out and go do stuff, or are they still gonna be hesitant?
I think there's going to be hesitance.
Yeah. I mean, I can cook a good steak, but I want a good steak when this is over. All these home cooked. I love home cooked meal. I love meatloaves. I love home everything. But when we get done with this, I want to go support all those people that are laid off right now. I want to go have a nice steak.
Well, I tell you what, Texas Roadhouse is like the bomb right now here in Fayetteville for doing their special of like 4 sirloins and then you get your sides with it, and it was like $35.
Kelly's,
so we had 2 meals each of that, and it was really good because I'm a big steak person too, and they didn't undercook them, but they cooked them at like medium, and that way if you warmed it up or whatever later, it wasn't overcooked. So that was really cool. And they also have the special now where you can buy the steaks from them and cook them.
So it's funny that you said Texas Roadhouse, because we ordered Texas Roadhouse tonight and Kelly went and got it. And we all ordered our steaks just a little bit raw than what we would normally eat it, so that if we wanted to heat it up, it would be good. And that's about the only place that we've ordered out, because 2 or 3, actually 3 of my kids used to work there. So I know that, like, if there was anybody there that was sick, they're not going to let them be there. Yeah. And I would hope that most people are like that, but then again, we just don't know. But I feel like having 3 kids that used to work there, it's like I feel like I can trust them. So and you want to support them. So
that's the problem, because we didn't know all of that either. And Panda Express was a bad experience last night because I wanted Panda Express and Michael goes, okay, that's fine. He's not a big fan. And we ordered it online. And when we got there, the drive-thru was wrapped around the building. And we're like, okay. So we waited in line all the way through the drive-thru, right? And we get up there and then they're like, oh, no, you have to get out of your car and go stand in line if you ordered it online.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I'm not going to go stand in line with those 6 people who are all not even 6 feet apart as it is. So they had another open door and I went to there and I said, look, I ordered this online. It was, it's been 45 minutes now. You told me to be ready in 30 minutes. They hadn't even started the order. We finally got it. We got home and there was a hair in it. And
it was what?
They were like, hair in it.
Oh,
and I know that can happen, but we were just
no.
We're done.
That's the worst. That's the worst.
So, I know it can happen. It's, it's just, it is one of those things. It's not like people purposely do that kind of stuff, but we were just like, after I stood in line, I'm just hoping I'm going to self-quarantine again for 14 days,
Right.
Regardless of if everybody else gets to go out, I'm going to be stuck here for 14 days because I had to go stand in line with them.
So. Right. Now, do you guys are you able to work from home for your job, or do you have to still go to work?
Yeah, well, Michael's job is both for what he does for the reserves right now, and is online. Obviously, they meet, online. But he has another job that he works, and it's 100% online. And then my job is actually not really 100% online. It's supposed to be being out at education fairs and different education offices and talking to people and stuff. So we've had to be real creative right now in how I can promote the Citadel and their online degrees, especially with what's going on, because we can't, we really can't get into, the fairs. You can't have a fair, and it's going to be quite some time before that actually probably happens again,
right?
To where people are holding education fairs. So a lot of it is just trying to reach out to like human resources at different businesses, and of course anybody who has education benefits, we want to reach out to them. So still hospitals and police departments and different things. So
oh wow.
Yep. And of course you don't want to reach out when it's you're certainly not going to reach out to a hospital right now and be like, hey, how are your people doing with education benefits? So there's some of them we're not reaching out to, but a lot of businesses are conducting business just as they would, except in a virtual world. So those are the ones we're really tapping into right now. But there are a lot of people who are, just like Izzy was saying, he works a week and then he's off for 2 weeks. So in a police department setting that's doing something like that, that can be a good time for somebody to go back to school, because a lot of schools right now are waiving their, testing that you might have to do. Out and about. They're waiving official transcripts and trying to get people, to get into the classes. And then if you've got time on your hands right now, like, why wouldn't you be? Right. So that's, it's a great time to do it.
Kelly's in nursing school and she's done in February, and my daughter's in physical therapy school, and they're doing 100% of their education from home. So they're self-teaching. There are some videos that they're watching, but they're mostly self-teaching. And these are two fields that, it requires a lot of, instruction. And there's no clinicals. So, when they're done and they get out into the field, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard on them, because all that experience that they would be getting going to the classroom, they didn't get that. So
now, and you're talking nursing as in RN, like the undergraduate
RN
for BSN?
No, it's not. It's RN. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they've even got nurses that if you're within, I think, 10 weeks of graduating, they're graduating them. And then if you go take the NCLEX, instead of taking the 75 questions, they've dropped it down to 60. So those bonus questions are not they're not asking them anymore. So
it does show you the need.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's a need. And I gotta be honest. That kind of worries me, because I hate for anybody to feel like they didn't get the same quality education as before. And to some degree, you need that education. You don't really want to put somebody in a situation where they're like, I don't know, that was one of the 15 questions that wasn't on my test. You know what I mean? Like, that's a really stressful situation. Even the Citadels had to take all of their classes and put them online. And there's been a lot of classes. We have a nursing, a BSN as well, but it's, that's really hard to do. So we just know that in the next round, they're not adding people in like they would have. They're trying to make it less, because they're just not going to, put people out there that they can't give a good education to.
Right.
Which is sad too, because then that creates another need, and I get, you see both sides of it, and it's like, I see that. I see we need people, but I also see we need to have them educated well. The last person you want in there is the person who goes, hold hold on, let me go ask somebody.
Right.
I'll be right back.
Right.
You know,
Right.
You can't do that in life or death situations.
Right. I think these new people that are going to be coming out from graduating, because a lot of them, we had a graduating class that came through in February, and then we'll have a graduating class come through in June. And I think the June and even this coming forward, the December classes, when they start their orientation, I think they're going to have an extended orientation because of what they lacked from their last semesters.
Well, I think what's really going to happen is you're going to be teaching them.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, that's really it. It is absolutely going to be the people that are right now trying to do everything. They just got more added to their plate because they're going to have to, hold them up till they can get their feet underneath them and go. So
I'm going to see what Michael said he didn't want Panda Express. Something about happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, he's not a Panda Express fan. He was like, okay, I'll eat the fried rice, the chicken fried rice. And I was like, okay. So, but I love Panda Express.
You would?
I love Panda Express.
Oh, my daughter does too.
I honestly, I've eaten there several times at this particular one. I just think it was really crazy, and they didn't have a good way of, making sure that people were safe, and they could have. I mean, even a sign out front that said online orders are over here, or somewhere could have saved a lot of that confusion. But that's just the thing of where you got to go, okay, this is just craziness that's going on right now. And so,
this many days into it, you should have it better planned out than this.
Right. That's exactly what I mean. I just, it won't be on our go-to for a while, until things probably settle down.
Right. Yeah, it's too bad. Barbara, the LED lights look great. You're missing your tiara though.
Yeah.
Ricky is watching the TV, and the way he's got everything worked up, every time you turn a channel or turn the volume up, the lights change colors. And
that's cool.
I'm always clicking it to put it back on white, but so I've got some colors going on. I think he's trying to find you to put you up there, but he spelled Johnny with an H, and
can't do it.
Can't do it.
There's actually several. I think if I would have known that, who knows what I would have done, but I put a thing on my Facebook channel with all my friends and family, like thinking about doing a YouTube channel. I do a lot of outdoor stuff. I do a lot of like construction type stuff and how-to gear videos, whatever. But I need a channel name, and someone came up with that. A lot of people commented on it. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. So that's what I went with. And the second I got into like Bob's stream one time, everybody's like, oh, we have a Johnny's Journey, but it's a different one. So which we're friends now, the other Johnny, but everybody's like, oh, you're not the guy one. No, I'm not the guy one. So
well, it takes them a while to get it figured out, but like you said, it sounded like a great YouTube name. It fit with what you're doing, and friends and family thought it was great, and eventually it's going to work out. People will find you. We know that there's two different people out there that are doing it, and it's just it's easy once we subscribe, because you're going to show up in our little list, and it shows a little red icon because you're live, so we can click on that and find you. So once we get to subscribe to you, it's easier. But he's trying to do it up on the big screen up here on TV, and it's coming up with far too many things.
you have to. I feel like when I tell people like, oh, let me see your phone and I'll key it in for you, and you have to put the apostrophe S. You have
New Horizons the same way though. There's a lot of New Horizons.
You know what?
Exactly.
So I'll tell you what. You know how I do it? Because if I ever have problems, because when I told Kelly, I said, Kelly, you need to subscribe to this channel. And she's like, there's a ton of them. I said, type in handicap first. Type in handicap New Horizon, and it comes up. It'll come up.
Yeah, she also mentioned if you put like her name afterwards, then, like New Horizon Susan. I
Oh,
guess
okay.
that pops up too.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know those tricks because like at the beginning, because I just would put it, I mean, we were subscribed, I had the bell rung and I still couldn't find it. And I'd have to click on, you know, filter channel, and then I'd have to scroll down till I found her picture and then click on it. So whenever it was like, oh, she's going live. Hold on, I can't find her channel. Hold on. It would be like 2-3 minutes later.
Help a lot too, because if you know, but if you get notified about everybody that we're friends with,
I know.
all you're going to do is get notifications, and then you're going to feel horrible because you're not able to watch all of the different live streams and videos and stuff. But there's different filters too.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
It is so hard once you're up in those 500s, and I know you guys are like in the 800s, and that it's hard. It's hard. Well, you guys are close. Or RV Underway, I know you guys are like 7 something, aren't you?
Oh, we're 7 something. Ricky probably knows.
So you're close. So
766.
Once you start getting all those channels, it's hard to keep up with everybody's content. So I have a lot of the bells checked, and I know that, like, if I'm in triage at work, that's 12 hours that I'm just waiting for patients to come in, and I can kind of check on some, you know, I can kind of watch through some of those videos and comment. And if someone comments on one of my videos, I will click on that, go to their video, and make sure that I watch one of their videos. So I feel like, you know, you're supporting me, I'm supporting you, you know, kind of keeping it the community together. But it's like, it's hard. So I've got this guy that follows my channel, and every single time I comment on one of his videos, he's like, oh, thanks a lot, buddy, so glad you stopped by. And I want so badly to say, you've never seen one of my videos, because I'm not buddy, but it's like, you know, I don't have the most feminine face, so I thought, I'm not arguing with it. So Johnny's journey it's very confusing for people. So
we don't we try to do everybody's videos and stuff, but here's our thing is, like, we might fall off for a while, and then we come back, and I'm like Hippie. We binge watch, or you know, try to get several in. You know, and honestly, like, if you have that many, YouTube doesn't show you everything. So I'm like looking on their subscriptions, and I only see, like, you know, so many. And then, you know, I'm like, where has this person been? I've got the notification bell rung and everything, but, you know, I didn't see that they had something new come out. You know, they're not doing live streams necessarily. They're just doing videos, and we've missed it. So, you know, we just try to go back. So I recognize that sometimes people won't be around our channel for a while, and then they come back around, and then they go away, and then they come back around. And I mean, that's just part of the YouTube life when you're a creator.
Right. I've got a list, and what I like to do is I'll run someone's playlist, and because I want to make sure that, you know, that I'm playing the whole video. And so I'll run playlists. When I signed on to Bob's in the very beginning, he was talking about, because that's the first one the first live stream I probably was ever in was probably Bob's. And he was talking about people needed their hours. So I thought, well, I can do that. I've got a computer, an iPad, and my phone. So I'll run playlists for people because I know that's supportive. And then as I see them comment on my station or my channel, I'll click on it. I'll go to their channel, watch a video, comment on it. So I'm supporting it that way as well. And then I'll just write the date down, because I know I can run RV Underway's playlist every 3 months. So you're getting those watch times, even if I can't watch every single video. So I do try and do that. And when people are getting close to their 4,000, try and watch them. I'll have Kelly watch them. And so
we do that as well.
It's the best you can do.
If you run it for a certain amount of time, though, you can wake up and find out you have 45 videos that don't need a like and a comment. And I'm like, I can't do that. I couldn't keep up with all that. And then I'm going through it going, okay, you know, and I'm catching some of that. And I mean, I know it's not completely the right way to do things. I mean, it is to give them the watch time and that, but like you're supposed to actually click on like, make a nice comment, you know, do all this. And I'm like, okay, you're either going to get the watch hours or you're going to get some likes and comments. It's really, I mean, I'm being honest, I can't do it all.
Right.
I
And
just
and
can't.
the people that you're and the people that you're doing it for are in the same boat you are. So
Absolutely.
I'm
I
not going to
get it.
spend
I
all
totally
day
get it.
long. I'm not going to
Yeah.
spend all day long on YouTube.
No.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not my job, and it's not going to be my life.
Right.
It's something we like to do, and we want to, meet other people, and we want to raise awareness for veterans, and that we're going to keep with that model. And if people follow us and like our videos and want to be part of our community, then great. And if they don't, that is okay too. And I am not going to be upset with anyone.
Right.
We're just not those kind of people that, they didn't watch our video, they didn't comment, they didn't. I'm like,
I always give my kids a hard time. You didn't watch my video? Like, how can you not watch your mom's video?
we're gonna joke with you about it.
Yeah.
But we are not.
Yeah.
We're just not that way, because
right.
You'd be saying the same thing to us.
I told my kids, I'm like, my YouTube channel, the niche is not like my kids are like, are we gonna go for a hike? Are we gonna go? They're just not, So it's fun though.
Well, Bob called me out on his live stream one night because I put in the wrong answer for one of his questions, watch the video and, he asked a question or whatever. And I just wanted to participate. So I just put something in because I can't remember. Even if I loved it, I can't remember. So I was just trying to participate. That's all. And he was like, well, clearly Shelly didn't watch the video. I'm like,
no.
But then I laughed tonight because he did it. And like, he was asking about Nick's pics, and it was something in the garden or whatever. There was like 2 answers that were the same. So I was like, did nobody watch it? I don't know. So it was pretty funny.
I watched it and I took notes, and then whatever the last question is, somehow I knew the first 2, I didn't know the last one, but I was like, it's just, and some of the answers on them were like, you didn't watch the video.
Because it was like peas, carrots,
Right,
it was like 14 different vegetables.
A bear out in the garden. No, no. It's just fun. It's just fun.
It is.
But I can tell you, agree, don't agree. Calling somebody out. It's like, it's not my type.
Oh,
but
I'm sure you're gonna all adjust and fun. Yeah, I didn't take it personally or anything.
Absolutely.
I was, just joking that, sometimes you get called out. And I watched
Be careful. Be careful.
But again, you watch them and I can't remember them. We've been watching so many, and you're like, wait a minute. He wanted me to watch this. He gave me the link on Saturday. Now he wants me to wait another week before I got to give an answer. He's dealing with old people. We cannot remember.
That's right.
2 hours down the road, let alone a week later. But
this is just interesting.
I got to remember it again.
Yeah. This is a very good point, because and I talked to Kelly about it. It's like the live streams. It's like, I don't know how I'm going to feel about doing them. And obviously tonight's going great. And you do get a lot of participation and, on the live streams, if you're able to get up there and do it. So because I see there's, even the calendar, it's like so many people are doing live streams, and there's people getting, like even for me, I think one time there was 15 people in the room. Like, seriously, that for me, I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, but you get 30 people in your stream for an hour, or 20 for an hour. And, for my little channel, that's 20 watch hours or whatever. So, and you get all this interaction. So,
yeah. And I like that too. I like the interaction. And like you said, if I get 15 people in, 10 people in, I'm happy, because I'm relating to those folks. I'm talking to those folks. Well, I'm not in it for a lot of, I'm pleased that we have a great following, but if we didn't, we'd still be doing this, because we still want to communicate with each other, and we still want to see the people in this community. And the live streams are great. You really get to know people, and we're in love with this community, and most of them are great. The ones that Ricky Carter gets involved with.
I know. Those Willises, I tell you.
He's sitting on the couch. He's got me on the big screen up here. So.
Oh, does he? Oh,
and
cool.
He's been distracting me as I keep looking around between him and the dogs. I can't sit still. But it's all about community, and it's all about getting to know each other. And I think I would have had a different opinion about videos and live streams if we hadn't met folks in Tampa. I think meeting the people in Tampa really secured this for us and really made us realize that this is something we want to do, and these are the people we want to be involved with. I love to try to watch their videos, and I do try to make a point of watching them. And when I watch them, I try to make a comment. But sometimes I find if I get distracted and the video's over with, then I got to go back to the video to make a comment because, I can't watch the end of it. I also find that if the videos are shorter, I tend to watch them because I have a short attention span. If you got a long video out there, I'm going to be trying to multitask, and I'm not very good at that anymore at my age.
Right. Yeah. I agree, because some of those 10-minute videos or so, I can hit play and watch it, like, even like I said, between patients or at home. If I'm, in the morning, I'm trying to unwind before I go to bed, I'll watch a 10-minute video or a 5-minute video. But if I watch one channel that has, he has like 1-hour videos, and I watch those because I like that content. But anybody else, if they put out a 30-minute video, it's going to be playing in the background while I'm in the shop or on my way to work. But like I said, it's like I'm there, but I'm not there. And I hate that too. But yeah. So Justin put up here, it's hard to keep up with 2,300 people. I'm feeling for you.
Right.
But I have to say, ever since I started following this community along, like, Justin is in every live stream the entire time. Justin and Christina. I always assume it's Justin, but Justin and Christina are in every live stream, the entire stream, moderating, just flying on those tags. So you deserve your 2,300 subs. Yeah. And I think I found Justin and Christina before I found the community, actually, is what it was. Justin, that might be how I did it, because he has a van, something Trek, motor Trek or something like that. That's exactly how it was. And he commented on one of my videos, and that's how I think I found BluWave, that live stream. I might have seen one of his first and found BluWave that way. So
it's that fine line of, you don't want to grow because you don't want to lose the connectivity, the family that you have with, like, the people who have been following you, and the smaller, live streams per se, and the relatability, and, being able to just bounce back and forth. I've been in some super big live streams, and you can't tell anything on that chat. Nothing.
Right.
It like fly. I mean, I've never seen anything fly like that.
Right.
And, and so as you get to those, higher numbers, it's hard to still have that connection.
Keep up. Because I even think, even with Bob,
but I think that it's hard.
Right. When Bob had that 300, when he went blue and he had that 300, you could hardly, if you were tagged, you had to scroll back through and find it, because the thread just flies.
Right.
So it's easy to, and you don't, it's not as personal. It's just like that small town effect. Everybody's a nice, close knit family. And when you get 300 people in the house, it's like, it's hard to keep up. So
I think people like the challenge of 1,000. I think they like the challenge of hitting, the 4K of the watch hours. Because for a lot of type A's, they thrive on, give me a challenge. Like, I'm going to make that.
Well, that's what I.
And so they like it.
Yeah. Slow momentum. I was like, oh my gosh. It was 24/7 streaming. I was like, man, that would exhaust me.
Right. And so, on one hand, there's the theory that, doing all those live streams is not really a good idea. And on the other, some momentum's like, I don't care. And I love that.
Right.
I'm like, it's your channel, dude. Do what you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Throw everything out the window. The only thing you got to do is, be polite to people and stuff. And I mean, he is. I'm not knocking him. I'm saying, have some YouTube courtesies, but do whatever you want.
Right.
I mean, yeah, they'll tell you if you're trying to follow all the rules to do everything to get monetized and whatever and all that, which he still did all of that too, then follow you find people that you trust, and then you just kind of go by a lot of what they say. It's really kind of how most people do it. But even then, people go, okay. I mean, there were people who gave us, bigger channels that gave us advice of like, don't go live all the time, because then people see you all the time and they don't really want to,
go watch your videos as well.
And that. But he's proving that to be wrong in his scenario and what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like there is that two schools of thought, and you really have to do what works best for your channel. The people that follow your channel.
Right.
What do they like to do? And I mean, and it has to be the right niche. Michael does really well with his tech talks because people want to know, how do I do YouTube? How do, what equipment do you use? What, editing software? How do I make this work with this computer?
Right.
How do you get monetized? And what do you do when you do this stuff? And like, they like to ask all those IT questions. Man, I'm telling you, I try to stay away from the Tech Talk Tuesdays because that is not, I'm not a tech person. Now, I like to chat, and I'll come in, if I'm making dinner or something, say hello and, a little back and forth, but I don't want to do Tuesdays.
Yeah.
That's his, like.
Hello, Imagine Your Odyssey.
Hi, Imagine Your Odyssey. That's all.
Oh, did they join in?
They did. They did.
They saying hi to all of us.
I actually miss some of his. Every now and then I'll catch one of his late night knives. And I actually made one of his when he had his daughter on there, and we were drilling her with questions, science questions and that. So these guys are funny too.
That's awesome.
Who I haven't seen in a little bit, but I miss a lot of live streams, but I haven't seen One Strange Adventure in just a little bit. And I haven't seen RV Kids, so I hope they're all well. I don't know if you guys have seen them.
RV Kids has been on. One Strange Adventure was in your live stream earlier for, popped in and said hello.
Oh, okay. I worked Wednesday. Yeah.
And then RV Kids TV, they're still doing their Friday and Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think Mondays is the premiere. They do a premiere.
On Monday?
So, yeah, they talk for like 30 minutes and then do a premiere, or 45 minutes and then do a quick premiere. So that's really nice for them.
Justin and Christina put out a schedule just on, like, how you can do that community tab.
Mm-hmm.
And I screenshotted all the days, but yeah, a lot of times if I'm off, I'll just sign on and see who's rolling and just click on their live.
Susan sends out a little live stream guide or whatever. So
yeah,
you could ask her for that too. She just recently sent it out, so it'll probably get updated again. But one that we had been missing a lot was Traveling Down the Banisters.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they've been gone out of the community. I saw Indiana briefly on like the karaoke, but I haven't seen them in anything. And so we were sending emails to make sure they were okay. They finally did respond today and say, yes, we are fine. We're just trying to get stuff
They're just
done.
traveling, right?
Yeah, they're getting, I'm not, in the email, it was a little unclear. I'm not sure if they haven't left yet, but we're getting stuff done to leave, or if they were in the middle of traveling and then had some things that they needed to fix and do. And so, but they're okay. And so I think that's, one of the things on the live stream we did earlier was, talking about PTSD and TBIs and, talking about reaching out and just making sure that people are okay.
Right.
And especially right now with, everything going on, depression is it's a real thing. And, and especially with people not being able to get out, that's why these lives are important, and people are getting, their fix of talking to people, even when they're not able to be in the same room with them. So it's a really big, mental health good thing. And so, but reaching out to people, if you haven't heard from somebody, you need to reach out and be like, hey, how are things? What's going on? And just making sure that they're okay. And if they don't respond, find another way. Because, I mean, my concern was that, Indiana had been so sick that maybe Keith was sick and maybe they had this and, needed some help or something, especially with his dad living with them and a young son. And
right. And in such a close, everybody's so close
Right.
in the RV, you've got, you're just restricted on how close you guys are sitting. And so,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I mean, and they had like this string of bad luck of things that happened right in a row and then didn't hear anything. So it was like, hey, you just want to make sure that, I mean, we all have stuff in our lives that happen. And then I'm not saying this happened at all because this, but people can get depressed when things happen one thing after another.
Right.
And so I just want to make sure that that isn't what happened to them, which was not the case, which is a good thing. But, you just want to make sure that people are mentally healthy,
Exactly. The funny thing is at the hospital, we really haven't, our patient census has been horribly low. And there's, I guess somebody sneezing on your end, I guess. And our behavioral health, our psychiatric, right, is been actually it's been a lot lower. People do not want to go to the emergency room unless they're sick, which we're not used to that. We're not used to that. We're not seeing 50% of our normal patient load right now.
Earaches and sniffles aren't coming in.
Yeah, all the are not coming. They're just, I stubbed my toe. Can somebody look at it?
Yeah,
no.
That was my aunt's biggest complaint as an ER charge nurse was the frustration.
Yeah. I gotta call. It's probably been about 2 weeks ago now. My husband won't let me in the house. I said, ma'am, you called the emergency room. I said, can I help you with something? My husband thinks I have COVID and won't let me in the house.
Seriously?
Surely there's somebody better you can talk to than me. I'm like, can you dial 911 and talk to somebody that can actually get you in the house? Oh, I mean, people just, you don't know. They're just crazy.
Hey, Barbara's had to deal with a lot of that too.
Yeah.
Barbara's had to deal with, she's told me.
Barb, what do you do?
I'm a director at a senior center, and right now we are delivering meals to homebound. Plus, we have a curbside service for people who can come and pick up their meals. But it has been extremely stressful.
Yeah.
I used to be able to sit, hey, Michael, I used to be able to sit down and have a little bit of time at my desk and catch up on a short video or something like that during the workday. But right now, I'm constantly trying to figure out where am I going to get hand sanitizer. I've got to constantly tell people what social distancing means. And my job itself, I could do at home because I'm supervisor, I'm the director, everything I do on the computer, I can do at home. But I spend all day trying to remind people what social distancing is. I get phone calls, oh, we need a mask, we need this. Well, I can't get them for my workers. And unfortunately, I can't get it for the seniors either, but it's getting better. But every day it's a new crisis and every day it's a new issue.
Right.
And I get I get people that call and, well, Friday was an example. I went in real early. Well, it was our day off. I went in to do some pre-show work and stuff like that. And I had one of my friends come in and she was only going to pick up 2 boxes of food. She came in at 10:30 and she didn't leave until 1:30. I couldn't get anything done.
Right.
And I didn't want to be rude, and she just needed somebody to talk to. Even though I wasn't answering all her questions, she just needed somebody to talk to. So it got to be a little bit crazy there.
Right.
But physically, my job is easy. But the emotional and the mental strain of what's going on in this whole, not knowing from day to day what the new rules are and what's going on. And finally, sometimes I just have to tell people no.
Right.
They wanted to use my center to do the census. And I said, we can't let anybody in. Well, we'll do it from the parking lot. I'm not sure how I can help you with that, but I'm just hoping this thing will soon settle down and I can get back to my normal routine. I think most of us want that. Retirement looks awful good when we get stressed and we get tired.
Oh, I'm telling you. You know what? I am counting. I am counting. Thanks for dropping by, Justin. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Hi,
Good night,
Justin.
You're
Justin.
so awesome. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think the hard. Oh, sorry,
okay.
Johnny.
No,
I was
go ahead.
just gonna say the hard part, I think, is that people, when they have mental health stress, they can go get a massage, they can go get a pedicure,
Right.
go hang out with friends, and these are things they can't do anymore, and so they're having to look for a new normal and how to de-stress. And for some people, myself included, it's hard to go, oh, okay, I think it's time for yoga. You know what I mean? It's like,
right. Right.
it's not something I
Right.
normally do. I'm not
Yeah.
very flexible,
Especially at home.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Yoga with Adrian.
Yeah.
It's good video, but
yeah, and even like so many people that do suffer from any kind of mental health disorder are even having trouble getting medications.
Oh.
So that is, I mean, so now you've got someone that already struggles to cope, or that's tenfold now because they can't even get the right medication, whether or not they can't even get through to the doctor's office. A lot of those medications, you have to go and pick them up. You can't just call in certain prescriptions. They have to be paper prescriptions. It's just, I mean, it's just crazy times. I mean, it's scary.
luckily that is minimized somewhat because mental health is one of those things that they can have a Skype call or a video like this and be able to talk to somebody and see them as well, so they can make sure that person that's one of the reasons they have you come in to the doctor's offices, is so they can actually see you and assess you during that time to see if there is more going on than what you would just say over the phone. So
yeah, we do all of our Skype assessments in that over Skype, or I call them Skype assessments. If someone comes in behavioral health, we think, hey, this person needs to be admitted. We're concerned if they go home, maybe they're suicidal, and we do all Skype assessments, and that's been for a year or more. So that they're immediately talking to somebody, because the longer they wait, the worse they're getting, the more hostile they may become. They went from I want to kill myself to I want to go home, and then once they go, you don't know what happens. So, which we don't let them go, but if they're suicidal or something. But so the Skype assessments speed up stuff so much better for the emergency room since they started that.
Oh yeah, because getting into a psychiatrist can be
absolutely
a long wait.
Yep.
They're backed up.
Yep.
Yeah. My massage envy session got canceled.
Oh,
I am brokenhearted. Brokenhearted.
If you're in the area and you go to the second floor, there's a massage chair up there. Unbeknownst to all of us, they said, oh, it's been up there for years. It's on the second floor at the hospital for any of the nurses to use. Just tell them, say, hey, I'm going to the second floor.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Get a free massage.
There you go. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, they said they were talking about, do you guys need anything? People want to bring stuff. We were talking about this earlier. And someone was like, oh, yeah, we need, instead of bringing food, can somebody just come in and give everybody a 10-minute massage? And they're like, you've got a massage chair on the second floor. And we're like, I've been here 17 years. How do we not know there's a massage chair on the second floor? It took a pandemic to find that out. So, yeah. And now we're not allowed on the second floor because that's the COVID floor.
Hmm.
I'm not sure I want to sit in the chair then.
Yeah, no,
but
yeah, we're gonna pass. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
I love them
ladies,
on the thing.
this
They're
has
in the
been
malls.
wonderful, but
It
I'm
is.
going to have to back out. It's beyond my bedtime.
Yep,
Ricky's
ours
asleep
too.
on the couch. The dogs are asleep on the floor, and they're making me jealous.
Yes, I've actually been on here for a whole lot longer than I ever thought I would. So it's I
Well, it's
appreciate
been
both you
great.
ladies for coming up and visiting.
It's
So,
been great. It's been
thank you.
It's been a lot of fun. Barbara, does he have to work tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Sunday, no. And
No.
I'm
Okay.
hoping we're going to get up. Our church is going to do a sunrise service at 6 o'clock, and it's in our cars, and he's got the PA system out. Of course, we go to a little church. So I'm hoping we're going to get up for sunrise service. But he doesn't have to work tomorrow, so I think tomorrow's going to be a crash day for him.
Oh,
It
good.
seems like lately Sundays have been, but he'll be back to work on Monday, and he's been working long hours, and it's been very stressful for him because he's the only one there most of the time and trying to get everything done, and everybody else is working from home, but the buck stops with him. So
Yeah.
it's been tough.
Are they doing a virtual service? Or how are
Well,
they
because
doing
he
it?
works at the radio station, they're doing
Oh yeah.
yes, and they're
A
also
radio.
he brought in YouTube and Facebook Live streaming for the disc jockeys, so they're able to split up and be able to get on the show and be at different locations. The sales staff all has to make phone calls and stuff from home and work from home. So it's been a little bit difficult, but somebody's got to physically be at the station, so that makes his days long.
He is that essential person.
Everybody in our family is essential.
Yep.
2 working in fast food, 1 in health department. Me, I guess, is considered health,
Yeah.
social, and him with the radio station. And then my youngest son and his wife are in the military, and so they've been essential. So it's been rough. So I spent a lot of my time lately calling them and checking in with them, and sometimes you just so wore out with what's going on that you just gotta not be on everybody's streams or watching all their videos. And I do a lot of, I do binge watch television because I don't have to interact with anybody.
Me too. All of my shows came back on recently,
Yeah.
so now I'm like, yes.
There's no work after you watch it. You can just
So, but I really, really enjoy this, Johnny, and I look forward to many more in the future too. This has been great. I think it's been wonderful being able to talk with you guys, and we can tell by the streams that everybody needs this kind of social interaction, and I think this has been wonderful. This has really helped us out a lot. Sunday night with the karaoke, Ricky, I mean, he just plays with his guitar and stuff, but it's wonderful getting together with people, and sometimes we can play games, and sometimes we just need to talk. And tonight's been wonderful, and I've really enjoyed it, and thank you so much for having me. And Shelley, I will talk to you again, and Johnny, lifelong friends all over again. I like
right. Hey, thank you both. I hope you have a happy Easter tomorrow. I hope you guys get lots of rest. Don't watch any YouTube videos. Just rest.
Well, we have a live stream tomorrow at 8, so we're having dinner.
We'll be there for that.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Be safe out there, ladies.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Thank you to everyone who is still here. I think I am going to get ready to sign off. I just want to say happy Easter to everyone. I hope everyone tomorrow has a wonderful day. Get some rest. Thank you.